Right now, a look at some of the damage left behind in Monroe County after a wildfire burned more than 3,000 acres during hot and dry conditions. Plus, millions of dollars of improvements are on the way for John Nolan Drive, thanks to the federal government. We'll share the changes that you can expect to see over the next several years. And the man federal authorities say is responsible for leaking highly sensitive information from the Pentagon makes his first court appearance. That's all coming up right now at 10. Well, good evening and thanks for having us in. If you've been enjoying these warm summer-like temperatures, well, tomorrow will be the last day before a drastic cool down. Tomorrow's highs and Monday's highs could differ by about 40 degrees. A first warn alert day is in the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty joins us now as he's watching for, believe it or not, another round of snow late Sunday night and early Monday morning.
Yeah, normally when you see temperature swings like that this time of year, you think severe weather, but that's not the case, although there is a possibility for a strong thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Let's start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. There's the sunset. Actually, a very nice night across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures were warm today, and it looks like our computer has frozen up there, but we did have a high temperature in Madison in the lower 80s. Temperatures were in the 80s through much of southern Wisconsin, but we will turn sharply colder during the day on Sunday, and thunderstorms that will develop tomorrow night will signal a change. By Monday morning, temperatures will be down around freezing. We have the potential for a couple of inches of slushy wet snow accumulation, especially on grassy areas. Otherwise, we're looking at a first warn weather alert day for Sunday night into Monday morning for that accumulating snow. Otherwise, look for a low temperature tonight of about 59 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to be up to around 80 degrees one last time. But again, that change takes place on Sunday. Sunday night is when we'll see the snow, and I'll have more on when it'll arrive and how much we can expect in just a few minutes.
Quite a roller coaster. Thanks, Gary. Ahead of the changes to the forecast, fire danger across southern Wisconsin remains high tonight. All this red and orange that you see, well, those are counties where fire danger is considered very high and extreme. Hot and dry weather conditions statewide are causing problems for wildland firefighters. The DNR reports more than 150 fires so far in just the last couple of days, burning close to 3,500 acres. The fire, which did most of the damage, is the Arcadia fire, north of Fort McCoy on the Monroe-Jackson County line. It's burned more than 3,100 acres alone, but firefighters have said that they've almost fully contained it. The DNR says the fire is 99% contained right now, meaning a control line is around 99% of the fire's perimeter. Wildland firefighters have been fighting this fire for the last 3 days now, and some nearby people were forced from their homes as it damaged 3 structures, and it also destroyed a shed. Right now, evacuation orders have been lifted for people along Arcadia Avenue between Smothers Road, Millston Road, and Abbey Avenue to Blueberry Road, including Archer Road and Arrowhead Road. All road closures in the area were also lifted about 3 hours ago. With that fire nearly completely contained, crews will continue their work overnight, monitoring for hot spots and flare-ups. After 3 days of firefighting, they tell us they're confident situations are now under control.
So what that means for operations is we can scale down the efforts. We can let some of the personnel off the line and basically downsize the efforts, since we've done the hard work, and now it's going to be up to the local teams to kind of maintain the line, make sure to patrol it, and make sure that the fire stays within the boundaries.
They say they'll know for sure how much they want to scale back depending on that expected wet weather on Sunday. And new tonight, a much smaller 4-acre fire was burning earlier south of Fort McCoy, but the DNR says that fire has since been extinguished. You won't hear many complaints about these temperatures from local farmers. The warmer, drier weather is helping them plant their crops weeks earlier than normal, and that has had a big impact on their bottom line.
As we've shown here in Wisconsin, planting early, with soybeans especially, can be really profitable. It really doesn't take any extra inputs to push our yield up by several bushels per acre. And when you're talking, $10 to $14 a bushel, that's a huge amount of extra profit on every acre.
Well, usually crops like soy go in the ground somewhere around April 26th. But this year, it could be as early as tomorrow for southern Wisconsin. There's some risk, however, of a late freeze that you just heard Gary talk about. So experts recommend not planting all of your acres just yet. Millions of dollars from the federal government will be used here in Madison for improvements along John Nolan Drive. A total of 6 bridges, 3 northbound and 3 southbound, will be rebuilt thanks to a $15 million grant coming from President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. The bridges are in decent shape, but they're between 48 and 55 years old, and they should be replaced before they fail. The announcement comes while the city considers different options from architecture firms to redesign the Lake Monona waterfront.
All of this is happening at the same time as another massive moment for our downtown waterfront, which is being completely reimagined via the Lake Monona Waterfront Design Challenge. So this grant allows us to jumpstart the first phase of that work.
By rebuilding these bridges, roads and intersection safety will also improve, with plans to include a separated bike pedestrian path, enhanced traffic signals, and street lighting. The work is expected to be done by 2026. New at 10, a woman says the back window of her car was shot out by a stray bullet while she was pumping gas last night on Madison's southwest side. It happened after 10:30 at the BP on Britta Parkway. More than 10 people, including a police sergeant, reported hearing shots fired in the Dunn Marsh neighborhood. Multiple shell casings were found at Britta Park. Anyone with information on what happened is asked to call Madison area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. Also new tonight, a 58-year-old motorcyclist from Beaver Dam was killed in Dodge County after a payloader pulled out of a driveway onto the highway directly in the motorcycle's path. The motorcyclist, a man, was thrown off the bike into a ditch along State Highway 33 near Noble Road in the town of Hubbard. Authorities say the operator of the payloader, a 74-year-old man, wasn't hurt. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Adderall capsules and marijuana vape pen cartridges. Well, that's what authorities say they found inside the vehicle of a man charged with homicide following a fatal wrong-way crash on I-3990 early last Friday morning in Madison. It happened near the underpass of Cottage Grove Road. The crash killed 58-year-old David Street. Boley is accused of crashing into him head-on while driving the wrong way on the freeway. Troopers at the scene say Boley had slurred speech and glassy, bloodshot eyes. The complaint also alleges he gave contradicting statements about any alcohol he'd consumed in the hours leading up to the crash. He faces multiple charges, including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. Rescue crews pulled a diver out of Lake Mendota this morning after that person was reported missing. But sadly, he later died at the hospital. The diver, a 63-year-old man, was reported missing shortly before 9:30 near McKenna Park in Shorewood Hills. That's a common diving spot for the dive community. The Madison Fire Department dive team and other emergency crews were able to find the diver in water about 24 feet deep. They performed CPR on him and then took him to the hospital where he died. In national news, a man federal agents say is behind the massive intelligence document leak faced a federal judge today, with prosecutors alleging he kept and then shared highly sensitive information on online chat rooms. As Gloria Pazmino explains, the documents contained sensitive military information and highly classified information about America's allies and enemies.
The 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman arrested in connection with the massive leak of classified documents was charged Friday.
This is about the transmission, both the unlawful retention and the transmission of the documents.
Jack Teixeira is charged with unauthorized retention and transmission of national defense information and unauthorized removal and retention of classified information and defense materials, according to court documents.
Do you want to say anything about the charge here? You talked to your son?
According to a probable cause affidavit, Teixeira has held top secret clearance since 2021. He was assigned to a 24/7 operational mission that gathers information from various sources and compiles it for some of the most senior military leaders around the globe, according to a defense official.
What he does is he's a cyber transport engineer.
Teixeira is also believed to be the leader of an obscure invitation-only Discord chat room, where the trove of documents was allegedly posted around December of last year.
People who sign agreements to be able to receive classified documents acknowledge the importance to the national security of not disclosing those documents, and we intend to send that message, how important it is to our national security.
I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
Still ahead at 10, Mark Lasry is officially parting ways with the Milwaukee Bucks. The league has officially approved the sale of his stake in the team ahead of the Bucks' opening playoff round this weekend.
It's A1 Furniture's biggest and best sale ever. Their warehouse liquidation event is on now. Our lease is up and everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold now at huge discounts. 40,000 square feet of incredible savings only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
It's spring, and Slumberland Furniture is celebrating with 20% off our low prices on gorgeous new furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Plus extra discounts on sofas, bar stools, accessories, and Slumbercrest mattresses. Right now, get this Ashley sofa for just $3.99 in your choice of 2 colors. Incredible! Did you know Slumberland has the lowest prices on Ashley product? And get an extra 20% off mattresses too.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Don't miss out on 40,000 square feet of incredible savings at A1 Furniture's warehouse liquidation event on now. Everything must go with immediate pickup or delivery. Sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses, and more at liquidation prices. Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, we're celebrating strong women.
You look good in gold.
Do I?
I love that term, queen.
You are the definition. Plus, what are your mama's most savage sayings?
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Ahead of the NBA playoffs, the league's Board of Governors approved the sale of Mark Lasry's share of the Milwaukee Bucks to Dee and Jimmy Haslam. The Haslams own the Cleveland Browns of the NFL. The deal was reported in February at a value of $3.5 billion. Lasry, with Wes Edens, bought the franchise from Herb Cole 9 years ago for $550 million. The Bucks say Edens will remain on as an owner for the next 5 years. Between Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, there's a lot of social media for your kids to be using. A new proposal in the Wisconsin legislature wants to limit when your kids can use those apps. Green Bay Representative David Steffen introduced a proposal that would ban anyone under 18 from using social media between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. It would require parental consent for minors to create a social media account, giving parents full access to who can reach their kids through messaging and advertising.
It used to be a generation ago that you could protect your kids by just having them inside your home at night, but now the danger exists right in the own home, right in your children's bedroom.
Social media use among children has been linked to things like anxiety, depression, and sleep-related issues, especially among teenage girls. But experts say a widespread ban wouldn't cater to the needs of each age group, and enforcing such a ban would be tricky. Under Steffen's proposal, social media companies who fail to restrict kids will face a $100 fine daily. UW-Madison Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin has been serving in that role since last summer, but today's investiture ceremony made it official. An investiture ceremony formally places a new leader in their roles and sets the direction and future priorities of the university.
We need to make sure we are affordable, especially for Wisconsin families. We need to make sure we are a place where all students can flourish, no matter their backgrounds, their identities, or their political perspectives. We need to make sure, in the words of Bob La Follette, that we are not just a great storehouse of knowledge, but that we impart that knowledge in a way that engages our students deeply in their learning, connects with them as humans, and that the degrees that we confer reflect not only the successful completion of coursework, but a real ability to add something of value to the world.
In celebration of this event, the Babcock Hall Dairy Plant has crafted a new ice cream flavor, Manuki dough. Well, it's a vanilla ice cream base with bites of chocolate chip cookie dough and swirls of fudge and caramel, all the classics. The ice cream will be the first flavor made in the newly renovated Babcock Hall Dairy Plant, which held its grand opening this week. Manuki dough will be available in the Babcock Dairy Store and at Daily Scoop locations across campus next Monday. Today was great ice cream weather, and you know what? I'll still have it, even when the snow comes. It's always good.
Oh, sign me up. That sounds really good. Well, yeah, have your ice cream tomorrow because by Monday it's going to be pretty cold to have it. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Boy, we're going to sneak in another unseasonably warm day tomorrow. High temperatures will be up around the 80-degree mark. Showers and thunderstorms develop late tomorrow afternoon west of Madison. We'll see them tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, we'll see a transition. Rain will continue through the day, but temperatures will drop off, and by Sunday night, it will change over to snow for Sunday night into Monday morning with some accumulation possible. We do have a first warned weather alert day in the forecast for that. The best chances for heavier snow accumulations will be north of Madison. Right now, my thinking is about 1 to 4 inches of a slushy, wet snow. Again, north and west of Dane County, you might see the 3 or 4 inch amounts, mainly on grassy areas, but if temperatures can drop enough, it'll stick to the roads, at least for a short period of time until temperatures get above freezing. Sunday night into Monday morning would be the main time frame. And there's still questions on this. The big questions, number one, will temperatures be cold enough for snow to fall? We're going to be still in the 50s on Sunday after being around 80 tomorrow. So that's one question. And then if the snow does fall, will the ground be warm enough to melt the snow? Eventually, if the snow falls hard enough, it will stick to the ground and cool it down enough so that the next batch of snow will continue to accumulate. And the last question is, how quickly will we warm back up once the snow ends? So the snow shouldn't stick around very long, but again, it may stick around long enough to cause some travel problems. Tonight, some showers, a few thunderstorms out to the west of us, even some severe weather down toward Kansas and Nebraska. These showers have really not been moving in our direction because of the fact the air is pretty dry here. But there is a marginal or level 1 risk of severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for an isolated storm that could produce gusty winds and hail. Rain we could use, somewhere probably in the neighborhood of about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain through Monday, but the snow, that's the question. The better chances for accumulating snow again north and west of Dane County, but we'll have to watch that just to see how quickly the snow falls Sunday night and Monday morning. Tomorrow, no snow. 80 for a high, and it'll be dry for much of the day. We could see a few thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Planning your day across Dane County. High temperature 78 Verona, 78 in Windsor, and 78 in Cross Plains. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, temperatures cooler out west because the showers will get there first. 70 in Prairie du Chien, but Janesville will top out at 81. Now, as we take a look at future track beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, another batch of showers and thunderstorms probably coming in around midnight. Temperatures still in the upper 50s, but watch them drop during the day on Sunday. Temperatures already in the 40s and upper 30s by midday out near the Mississippi River, even though Madison will still be at 50. And then notice the rain start mixing with or changing to snow. With temperatures that warm, it won't stick to the ground, but watch what happens as we get into overnight Sunday night and into early Monday morning. Temperatures right around freezing. That's when it could stick, and then everything pulls off to the east during the afternoon as temperatures warm back up. Rainfall amounts, the rain we could use, around an inch of rain, but the snow amounts, again, if we see heavier amounts of 3 to 4 inches, they're more likely up toward the Dells or at least north of Dane County. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast, 44 with that weather alert day for mainly Monday morning. We'll warm up for the middle of next week with temperatures in the mid-60s with some shower and thunderstorm chances, cooling off again as we head into next weekend.
Thank you, Gary. Well, tonight, a Beloit man is searching for security after experiencing a series of transgender hate crimes at his apartment complex. McKenna Alexander spoke with Ezra Johnson, who feels Beloit police aren't doing enough to protect him.
Try not to spend too much time here, which sucks because I spend most of my income to have my own place and have my own serenity. It's supposed to be my safe haven, and it feels more like a prison cell because most of the time I have the windows closed.
Full-time college student Ezra Johnson says over the past few weeks, he's grown increasingly concerned for his safety after receiving multiple threats in varying forms, one of those being 2 letters left at the entrance of his apartment complex.
It just says that I have less than 7, I'm assuming days, to vacate this world, or I have a bullet with your name on it.
Along with these handwritten notes, Johnson has also come home to the word die spray painted on his patio wall, as well as find flyers outing him as transgender left on cars near his complex. After a long struggle to love himself, Johnson says these attacks have put a major strain on his mental health.
How much can I really take before my mental health literally sends me spiraling back down? And I don't want to get to that back dark place. I don't want my family to get the call saying that, I'm sorry, but your son has took his own life.
While Johnson has a strong support system at school, he's still missing a sense of security from law enforcement, despite filing police reports after these incidents.
Every time I would report those, they would just pretty much brush it off like it was nothing, or like it was like kind of like a joke to him.
While Johnson isn't sure who is behind these messages, he is sure of one thing. He's not going anywhere.
I'm not ready to give up the fight, and I'm not going anywhere. So, and it's like I keep telling them that. I'm like, no matter how hard it is, I'm going to stay. I'll fight till my last breath.
In Beloit for News 3 Now, this is McKenna Alexander.
Our team did contact Beloit Police for comment, but we have yet to receive a response. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Accidents don't just happen Monday through Friday. That's why Gruber Law Offices is here for you right now. Evenings, weekends, and holidays. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Menards has everything to transform the look of your home, adding to your curb appeal. Ideal garage doors add a stylish new look to the outside of your home. We have more than 1,000 different style and color options to choose from. Give your home the update it deserves and save with 11% off all Ideal garage doors. Save today and get a 9x7 garage door for $629.99 after 11% rebate right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Lots of insurance companies make promises about how much you can save if you switch over to them. Well, here's our promise. With the West Bend policy, you can save everything, every memory, every detail, everything you've worked so hard for. Once it comes time to actually make a claim, a cheap insurance policy can really cost you. Why not protect everything that matters with a policy from West Bend? Because the worst brings out our best.
I won. I won.
Want the speed to finally defeat your mortal enemy?
Oh, there he is! I won!
Only Spectrum gives you Speed Boost for the fastest wireless speeds in the palm of your hand. Get game-changing speed with Speed Boost, only with Spectrum One.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and we will send you local breaking news as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
If you've been injured, you need a trusted team to get you the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
The goal is to go all the way to the top. It's in our hands. We have to play good basketball, we have to compete, and we have to go out there and earn every single possession, every single game, every single round, and hopefully we can be the last team standing.
Well, the journey to making that happen begins this Sunday when the Bucks play the Heat in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Miami beat Chicago in tonight's play-in 8th seed game, which means it's a familiar meeting for Giannis and company. During the regular season, the Bucks went 2-2 against the Heat. And as for the playoffs, these teams squared off in 2021, 2020, and 2013. Now, the most recent postseason series, the Bucks swept, then went on to win it all. Tip-off on Sunday is at 4:30. And while the Bucks hunt another championship, 3 players are up for league awards. Giannis is nominated for MVP after averaging a career-high 31.1 points and almost 12 boards per game this season. Brook Lopez is up for Defensive Player of the Year. He led the NBA in total blocks with 193. And Bobby Portis is a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Year. Portis led the league with 23 double-doubles off the bench. Brewers fresh off a series opening win against the Padres, and that momentum never left. Game 2 in action right now. Top of the first, Christian Yelich already on, and Willy Adames is going to bring him home. RBI double. That sparks a 4-run inning, and the crew just keeps on scoring. Next inning, Yelly goes deep. It's a solo homer, and at last check, the Brewers were up 7-1 in the 6th. Badger softball hosting 20th ranked Northwestern this weekend. It's a battle of 1 and 3 in the Big Ten standings. Second inning, Wildcats juice the bases. Batter walks, and it brings home the first run of the game. Badgers get a couple of chances actually, to tie it up, especially in the bottom of the 6th. They've got the bases loaded, 1 out. The Wildcats turn 2 to shut down Bucky. UW falls 1-0. Game 2 of the series is tomorrow at noon. It's been a long and tedious 12 months for Travion Blaylock. The senior safety tore his ACL last spring and has been doing everything he can to get back on the field with his team. But being on the sidelines, having to take that step back to recover from his knee injury, Blaylock got the chance to invest more time in himself and the players in his room because, hey, he's most senior safety.
I was able to talk to them more about things outside of just, what about play 7 a team? Like, what did that look like? I was able to actually talk to them on a personal level and get to know them a lot more, and I feel like that kind of opened up the door to now being the old man of the crew, being a 6th year, and I think I gained a lot of respect through that, and I'm able to talk to them on a personal level as well as a football level, and I think that's huge.
Now, check this out. Former Badger Ryan McDonough got to assist on this insane overtime game winner last night. McDonough finds Juuso Parsisinan at the doorstep. He takes the puck between his legs and flicks it into the net, helping the Predators beat the Wild in OT. It's McDonough's 18th assist on the season, 2nd straight win for Nashville. We'll be right back.
It's A1 Furniture's biggest and best sale ever. Their warehouse liquidation event is on now. Our lease is up and everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold now at huge discounts. 40,000 square feet of incredible savings only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
In the future, everything will be powered by, but it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is, and it's propane. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature base recliners and ottomans, and cross base recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin from over 200 hours without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
This month, step inside local schools on high alert. Madison Magazine shares a chilling look at active shooter drills. Learn how they're affecting students and who's working to minimize their trauma. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Don't miss out on 40,000 square feet of incredible savings at A1 Furniture's warehouse liquidation event on now. Everything must go with immediate pickup or delivery. Sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses, and more at liquidation prices. Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
So everyone's going to get outside while they can, right?
Yes.
Get outside right now. Take a look at these temperatures. 71 right now in Madison. Most areas mid-60s to the lower 70s here in Dane County. 70 in Oregon, 69 in Cross Plains. Expect some snow Sunday night and Monday, though.
Oh, boy. All right. Thanks, everyone, for spending this time with us. Have a great night.